If you went on a road trip and you didn't stop for McDonald's, that wasn't a road trip. It was just a really long drive.
That's so much stuff, bro. Oh, now it pops up, okay. Okay, it pops up.
Jurassic World rated PG-13 in theaters July 2nd.
Welcome to Jeff Hardy's individual world. This is the imagination. You'll see a lot of my paintings, a lot of my aluminum dummies, a lot of my markers, junks that you know crashed and painted a lot on. It's in pretty bad shape right now. A lot of stuff's in horrible shape actually because the weather's been rough on it. And it almost reminds me of Armageddon, but still, it's Jeff Hardy's world. This is the imagination and
The imagination. That'd be the world within Jeff Hardy. It's Jeff's world. It's where Jeff pretty much gets away from the world, goes into where he feels comfort, his comfort zone.
this is one of the few aluminums that I've constructed out here, and naturally, as you can tell, the weather pretty much took a beating. You know, all of them. This one was the title. Alien was his name. Alien, the P in front of him. He's doing my hand gesture there, as you can tell. Some long fingernails.
Give me one
Kinda
second, I'll
started
be right back.
It was an idea I had in my mind with all these jugs and tape.
Be right back. Thank you guys for one like. I'm gonna be right back.
I take the jugs to the skeleton and then we're going to film you over there.
Emily Cruz, what's good? Hog makes suies. Hi, how are you? Emily Cruz, hi, hi, hi. Wow, that's too many highs, bro. Thank you guys for the 2 likes and the 4 viewers. We are trying to play Fortnite right now.
like
Hulk
being
makes
excited
series.
about like
What's good, bro? Hi, how are you?
not knowing
What
what's
is
gonna
good?
happen
Thank
on
you
the other
guys for
side.
viewers.
You know, if you make it or if you don't make it. But once you do make it, man, metaphorically, like say, man, it's amazing, man. When you make something that you almost thought wasn't possible, it's mind blowing. In professional wrestling, you're in control of your body, but within motocross, you're in control of a machine. That's what makes it really exciting. You know, it's trying to tame a 250cc, motor that's just such power and so hard to tame at times, especially when you get so comfortable with it, and you really try to maneuver it around. But like in pro wrestling, your body's your machine.
I don't think that was smart. It looked good though.
Little
And that's why I
Godzilla
think I've
attack.
excelled, more in professional wrestling as opposed to motocross, in the long run, because my body has been my machine, and it has, provided me with a lot of success.
The risk taker, the daredevil, the extremist, Jeff Hardy.
Is always thinking of more ways to put his body in jeopardy, put his career in harm's way, with the sole intent purpose of entertaining the audience.
The fans provide a huge load of adrenaline for me, when they, give me that good energy and that good sense of foundation for someone that believes in me. Adrenaline to me, it's your drug of choice and getting high off life. Take those risks and take those chances. Use your adrenaline for positive influence.
Jeff Hardy has this something inside of him that Jeff always has to top himself. Jeff has to do something more spectacular, more dangerous, more innovative than what he did last time.
Hey, thank you guys for going to do it. What is good? Hi.
He has done some of the most spectacular suicidal maneuvers that one could ever imagine and has lived to talk about.
My main concern is going out there and doing the one thing that people are going to remember more than anything, and just to do something that's going to blow people's mind and naturally put my own body on the line.
Oh my God.
I remember one time he did like the whispering away off the top of the cage. It's just an insane amount of damage to your body, but Jeff's ideology is I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna wow these people. That takes a lot of courage, a lot of guts, a certain degree of reckless abandon. I think Jeff's got more up than most people do.
Try some of that evil Knievel school of wrestling stuff.
There's no risk I don't think it's too great for. In fact, he's welcome.
Oh, for God's sakes, don't do it, Tim. Don't take this chance.
His determination to succeed and will to
I got
do
the
something
SMG so
that
far. I don't
people
have
will
shocking.
remember him for. That just drowns out his fear. I'm sure the fear is there. He just beats it down. Overcomes that.
Oh, wait a minute. What's Jeff Hardy gonna do here? He's gonna sacrifice himself. He's not to be even tried. What is Jeff Hardy thinking? That must be a 20-foot ladder.
Weird.
Ultimately, when it comes to, wrestling, extreme sports, I do consider myself pretty fearless because, when you believe in yourself and you have so many people that believe in you, that's a power, man. And more than anything, when you believe in yourself, that's the ultimate power.
Jeff Hardy is absolutely fearless.
Just not afraid of anything.
Fortnite Reload's like my favorite because
Guts are unbelievable. I don't think Jeff thinks a lot of times about the things he's going to do. It just doesn't.
I've been extremely fortunate to be 30 years old now and not to have had any surgeries and any broken bones. The only time I broke a bone was actually in motocross. I broke my collarbone. But yeah, I've been extremely fortunate, man, and it just pushes me more to I guess it might sound weird, but I'm just waiting for something to break on me. You know what I mean? And I guess that just creates some extreme push within me that I continue to raise the bar and think of the sickest and most impressive thing I can do.
Always the daredevil, the risk taker, and hey, if I'm going down in a blaze of glory. The thing about Jeff, as opposed to his brother
I
Matt,
don't like the charge.
Matt is no steak heavy, but Jeff is the sizzle.
I gotta stick
And they were
with that.
together, they made a wonderful combination.
I think the Hardy boys draw that high energy
to wrestling. You know, that Attitude Era that started,
I
Stone
gotta
Cold,
stick with
Rock,
the giant.
D-Generation X. It also had the Hardys, Edge and Christian, that's probably the golden age of tag team was during that time.
The Hardys have done it! The Hardys are the tag team champions!
Anybody make a charged shotgun?
The new era, the higher flyers here in WWE. They brought pretty much wrestling to another level.
71 below.
Arguably the greatest tag team of
Finish the guy that somebody
The
knocked.
two of them were just fearless. They would do just about anything. They were extremely gifted, extremely talented. They were charismatic
Time for
and exciting.
36.
Both daredevils. When it comes to wrestling style, they both take chances, both willing to do whatever it takes to have an entertaining match, to put on the kind of performance that
Me and you had the same
people
idea
still
then
talk
because we're
about
both pushing.
years later.
As a person
He's right here.
with diabetes, I'm all about making progress.
the sheriff shepherd in my roller ring.
Progress
You know, right?
isn't about overhauling your life or always being perfect. My progress is making smart choices to help lower my A1C with my Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor. It's the little wins,
Alright,
baby.
bro, I hate this shit.
And
I don't
getting
like
one
the
at
charge,
half the cost
bro.
of other CGMs. Well, that's a big win.
There's so much.
Try for free at freestylelibre3.us/sharing.
I don't like this charge shotgun.
Peacock is non-stop with unforgettable WWE premium live events. From stepping up
Mr. Money in the bank!
to standing out.
Welcome to the big time!
Alright, take this
That
shotgun.
shit is too hot to handle.
I have max metal and I have max
Spectacle
wood.
Peacock history all this summer live on
Anybody want this? It's a rock
You know, we
one.
had done so much. People had high hopes of us as singles, individuals, and had confidence and belief in us. It was, kind of a good idea to see what we could do as individuals, as separate wrestlers.
Well, does Jeff Hardy know what he's getting into tonight? The tag team special.
High five,
going to the
JR.
Intercontinental
How are ya?
title match against one of the best in the
What's
business.
up, bro? Hi, how's your day?
Triple H.
How's your day
When I
going,
won
bro?
the IC title from Triple H, man, it was once again another. I never expected that so soon because that was a huge thing to me.
It's Matt Hardy. The hell's Matt doing here with a steel chair? Triple H. Swan dive. Oh, Jeff Hardy hooks the leg. Wait a minute. No chain. Got him. Jeff Hardy has upset Triple H.
One of the Hardy boys to go out there and upset, Triple H, was just mind-blowing.
Knocked
I
one?
only had it for a
Knocked
week,
one.
but never
Yeah,
realized I
knocked
just
one.
had it for a night.
Ah, that ain't bad. I knocked one though.
It's the upset of the decade.
It's just really cool, man. Words can't describe how neat that is.
It was the first major singles title, either one of us had won at that point.
That turned even more heads. Really put Jeff on the map as someone with unlimited ability to be one of the biggest individual stars in the WWE in many, many generations.
He's an exciting guy. He's like a rock and roll star.
I know musically he's written songs, he's been involved in music,
I'm taking
expressing
too many
himself
right here.
musically.
The music, I still kind of have confidence in myself that I can do something with that. I think I was in the bathroom looking at a peroxide bottle. The oxygen is
Dirty
actually
White?
kind of cool work because we all need that. I was just like, wow. And for some reason, I just looked at the Y and said, man, instead of the letter Y, I don't know why, I don't like just the word Y instead of the letter Y. And so for some reason, it sounded kind of cool. And just threw it right in. And actually, Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins, I told him the name of it because I hung out with him a couple
Dude,
times.
bro, I
He
need
said it
my
sounded
shit.
pretty cool, so I thought it was probably pretty swift. I just hung on to it. And that's the name
This
of
is
the band.
sad, bro.
It's a very unique
I
sound.
think it just got jumped.
Because that's something that he loves to do. He loves to make his own music.
I met my guitar player, Junior, in HWA, actually, in Cincinnati, through
Knock
Channel.
right there.
He had a lot of instrumentals, man. He had no lyrics to. He gave me a demo to it. Like, I was really impressed. But I'm
Should be
like,
knocked. I don't have a shotgun.
Really heavy stuff, and he had like these 6, 7 instrumental acoustic tracks or
Knocked.
whatever. He just said, yeah, I heard the lyrics to him, man. You just, if you want to take them home and listen to them, see if you write something to them, man. And I took them home, man. And I was all over that, I wrote, like 6 songs, recorded them on my little digital deal, and I sent it back to my house. Really cool, man. This right here is my former studio. It was an old single wide trailer that I got from my dad, and I fixed it. Had some, pretty nice equipment in there. It wasn't nothing professional, but it was enough to kind of, just record every now and then.
I'm just in
I would spend
the first
hours,
spot.
man, in there, like when I would write a song or whatever, and I really wanted to perfect it or whatever. There was times when I would sing songs over and over again, and just working on my voice too. And it was a really cool place to kind of get away, and just be by yourself.
Jeff just found a new love too at that point in his music, and he just wanted to give that a run and see what happens.
4 or 5 months
Yeah, the
ago,
boogie
my buddy
vibes
from
in here.
Cincinnati, my guitar player, came down and spent a few days with us here in a little local karaoke bar, which was really cool for me. It was the first time I sung in front of a crowd. We did like 5 acoustic sets in front of 75 people, and got good little responses. It's always weird with original music because people, they haven't heard it before on the radio. Yeah, I'm a fan of all music, man. I like there's some country, I like some rap, I like. Music is music to me, and that's pretty much the way I look at that. The more I sing, the more I learn and try to learn where I can and can't go as far as vocally, which I think I'm getting a lot better.
Heard some Blue a couple of times.
I had a lot of creativity going on with it. I wrote a lot of songs out here, just feeling inspired and whatnot. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, now it's no longer here. We never got a professional recorder first of all.
More, bro.
The idea, but there's something there. I mean, I think there's potential. Just gotta pursue it somehow. I still look forward to it. I don't know how it's gonna happen. It's kind of like it, but I just believe in myself that it maybe will somehow. Like, kind of the same way wrestling can all happen. Or maybe by the time I'm 40, I could be a rock star.
Talented in so many different things, he could probably be a superstar at anything that he really could set on. Fortunately for the wrestling business, he was set on wrestling.
Jeff's ladder match against The Undertaker is definitely one of Jeff's greatest matches.
Jeff Hardy is ready. He's ready for the match of his life. A career-defining match. And the extreme Jeff Hardy. He's a risk taker. He's a near-death.
The deal there with The Undertaker was really good. At the time, I remember I didn't know if I felt worthy of it or what. It's like the greatest, the underdog versus the big dog. It was a great match.
Yeah.
It might be the night.
For Jeff to compete with The Undertaker in a ladder match, with the stakes being so high, the championships on the line, undisputed title at stake, and, that's a great opportunity.
Climb the ladder, kid. Make yourself famous.
One.
Going into that match with some people being behind me and actually feeling that sense of being so close to becoming the champion at such a young age.
The end of the way from immortality.
Somebody respawn.
Jeff didn't win the match, but he won the hearts of fans around the world.
And the Undertaker with a choke slam off the top of the ladder.
Somebody respawn.
One hell of a fight.
I think Jeff earned the respect of the most respected man in the locker room, The Undertaker, by how Jeff performed that night.
One of the coolest things about that match is the ending whenever, I got to get on the mic.
I'm trying to look for heals, man. I'm sorry.
I'm still standing.
And for him to come down and me gaining his respect.
Yeah, we all need shield. You guys all need shield.
And then he is the Undertaker. Raising Jeff Hardy's hand.
Ultimately was the big payoff.
I'm just trying to look for make it.
And I still, I'm complimented on that quite a bit. I'm very proud of that match.
I believe in that one night, Jeff Hardy was made by being able to stand toe-to-toe with The Undertaker.
Jeff Hardy should have earned all our respect.
I thought that was a very highlighted time in my career, and it's one of the best matches I've ever had. There's a lot of pressure, man. Like when you have so many people with high hopes for you, and whatever, and you feel like you gotta live up to these expectations. And at the time,
Yeah, but it's almost over. There's only like 12
Interesting.
people.
When you divide your focus, sometimes you just lose, your energy, your excitement. Jeff was an artist. Jeff could have been an artist at like.
It's already like endgame reboots are
That
disabled
almost
and
by
everything.
definition kept his focus limited.
At the time, I was also rebellious about what I wanted to do, and pretty much burning myself out because you only have like 2 days at home and you're trying to do all this stuff that you want to do, and you don't have time for it.
I wasn't surprised, I saw Jeff losing his interest dying down.
So then eventually,
I would have been on my
came down
PC,
to
but it has to update.
yeah, me being late a lot and stuff.
No, not recently.
Issues that can occur on the road, habits that people acquire aren't exclusive to the WWE. They're life issues.
He was at a point where he was kind of starting to fade into a darker zone of his life, and he was burnt out with wrestling a little bit. He had some issues going on personally that he needed to address.
And I'm not gonna lie, I got involved. It's not like I'm the only one that's got involved in, the demonic atmosphere of drugs and whatnot, because it's out there.
Jeff was in denial, like a lot of human beings are.
It's kind of weird because it's like I'm new to the
I
game.
was late a lot and everything, and then they offered
Oh
me
dang, I didn't know how
rehab,
far
but that was my way out.
He made the choice to not accept our offer to help him.
That was my exit out, and then I denied it, and I said no, I'll take my release over that.
Ain't not wrong. I like him better anyways.
But for
I
him to
didn't
leave
see
the
it.
company.
I think there was just so many different rumors just flying around about him. Like, he just needed that time to breathe. I'm just gonna take some time off and just, do my thing and just be at home and just,
Oh man, I'm the last one.
live at home and just be me for a while.
Yeah, it was a great game. Second place. Second place in halfback.
You don't need deep pockets to clean deep.
That's exactly what I was doing. I'm not gonna lie.
Arm & Hammer Deep Clean Free and Clear Laundry Detergent. Our most powerful free and clear formula. Skin safe certified 100%.
Here's the thing, when I have somebody join the party or when I join somebody's party, I go back to lobby as soon as you think so. If it's like
What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? Okay.
Keep termites out of your home and your hand with our premium guarantee that covers up to $240,000 of your termite damage. Before panic shows up, terminates it.
And this business is hard. Just being away from home all the time, a lot of times the mental aspect of it is a lot more harder than the physical. Jeff, whenever he left wrestling, he was definitely burnt out.
At the same time, it was sad too, because I remember I was like, man, wow, oh my God, I've just messed up, man, I messed up bad. But like, I don't regret anything, man. It all worked out just fine. I'll never forget Alex. It's weird. It's so weird to be in such a good spot, then like be so excited to just have freedom and be free. And I think a lot of people do. So, oh man, he was out binging, he was all screwed up on drugs or whatever. And I laugh at that because I know what my life's like. I know what I went through in that time. And I think one of the coolest things that my dad ever responded to, this guy asked him, how'd you feel about that when all that went down and he was released by WWE because he refused rehab? He said, I was glad to have him back. Man, that's warm as hell, man. So.
He kind of went to seclusion for a little bit there. And, I would see him when I came and saw Pat and stuff like that. But, he seemed like he wanted his space, and I kind of respected that.
Alright.
His own thing.
After, that first year passed, I pretty much released my soul to indulge in all these activities I wanted to, throughout that time. I got to complete my motocross track. I got to paint whenever I wanted to. I got to spend a lot of time with my dad, help my dad out. It was a good year. I really didn't even, I had no desire to wrestle at all.
I'm back. Oh my God, why is this person laying here?
I decided I wanted to kind of wrestle again.
This person would have been laying here. You don't know
chance because the schedule was nowhere near as brutal as WWE, so I did that for a couple years. I went through that stage, but eventually getting tired of wrestling where I was wrestling and not being at WrestleManias and seeing Matt at WrestleManias. Eventually that caught up with me and made me really want to come back. I had a big fear, man. Like before I did come back, I was really scared of the schedule. I was scared I was going to get burn out
Right.
again, and just not. I didn't know if I was gonna make it, honestly, man. But more than anything, I knew I was clean. I pretty much wanted to prove them wrong. People that thought I would never come back.
That's sad.
My TNA deal was actually running out, and they had wanted me to re-sign. But I actually
have a
went to a
pistol.
show. I think SmackDown was in Roanoke, Virginia, and I knew Matt was going to be there, so I just drove up there.
I'll take that.
I figured I'd get the scene and see how everybody was. I just get a vibe for like if there was that open door that still existed.
Are you interested? Yeah, I'm interested. Let's get together and talk. And you get together and talk, and you set up some guidelines. You set up, here's our rules and regulations. Can you adhere to these?
I actually talked to Vince that day and Johnny Ace. They were like, "Oh, it's good to see how you doing." But naturally, their number one is like, "Are you clean?" That was their number one, and I was clean, so I was like, "Yeah, I'm clean."
There were checks and balances put in place to make sure it was the right time, the right move, the right decision.
They even still, they mentioned something about rehab or whatever, and I didn't hesitate saying, "No, I'll just go back."
That ain't
outside,
bad.
Wherever you don't believe. But they ended up giving me the chance. They believed in me. They sent a guy out, tested me, and I got the contract in the works, and boom, and it happened like that. From the point they started airing those vignettes that Jeff Hardy's coming back to Raw, I was pretty excited, but at the same time, pretty nerve-wracked as well, because I knew I had a lot to live up to. Matt helped me out a lot preparing for my return, because we had a ring in the woods. That helped me prepare myself, because I remember I felt great with the help of the fans, just being there for me, believing in me as well. I felt great to return to Raw and have opening arms from the fans.
Jeff always has had a unique, almost indescribable connection with the audience.
Jeff is just incredible. I think his athletic prowess is it's amazing. I think he's a high flyer, so it's just awesome to watch him in the ring.
Jeff Hardy's one of the few individuals that has kids, women, and men all in his corner.
I just think he pumps the crowd up whenever he walks out. I love his entrance.
Funny blue crack.
Jeff has a crazy charisma about him that, if he walks into a room, people just stare at him. And that's that it factor that not everybody has.
I take pride in more than anything, just like being human with fans, and not like just being no different than they are. I go out of my way to be kind, and I think that really goes a long way in your career, to where they go home and talk to their friends and say, "Oh man, Jeff was so down to earth."
He's my favorite wrestler on Raw, and
I think that
I kind of wish
we
I
got
could
one
be
turn
down
around.
like a rainbow like him.
I think the fans understand Jeff is very special. He has a unique personality, a great look, he's fresh, passionate.
He is the show, man. When you see Jeff, by far, I think he is one of the most important guys on our show. The people absolutely love him.
I don't know if there's a one button you push and say, this is what makes him special. And it is that invisible, odorless, faceless, intangible that has united him with the fans.
I knew I had a lot to live up to, coming back and trying to be the Jeff Hardy they last seen, on Raw.
What the hell
Dang,
are
bro,
you
he
doing,
cracked
Jeff
my whole
Hardy?
shield.
Did you die like 3 years ago?
It's insane.
Don't tell me you're gonna make your comeback at my expense.
It's weird having a match against Edge, man, because that was the first time I'd
having
seen
blue on this
him
guy?
since all that stuff went down. So naturally, it was kind of awkward. I came out, Edge was in the ring, and I pretty much, got that punched the hell out of it.
Not?
How can the fans not like that? It was a strong way to come back to Raw, to come the next. He was the WWE champ at the time, and here I am coming out there, just not giving up, rat's ass, and just knocking the hell out of him, man. And that really was good for me. Just thinking, hey, he lost, and he skipped the beat, man. He's still just as crazy as he's always been.
I feel bad right now. I'm 11 HP.
Jeff, since he's been back, I think he's at the top of his game. I've never seen Jeff in better shape than he is now.
Jeff Hardy getting down to business. He feels the JR Hardy showing great
he has continued to excel. If anyone
And
pays
more of
attention
an
to Monday
HP,
Night Raw,
and
you're going to see the true metamorphosis
What am I gonna
of Jeff
fight? I'm
Hardy.
11 HP.
Jeff Hardy said tonight was the night that he needed to prove that he belonged to the upper echelon. Look at that! Not more! Not more!
He's almost 11 HP.
Right now, Jeff's better than he's ever been. The best Jeff Hardy that you've ever seen in the ring.
You have it, or you don't have it. Jeff Hardy has it. It's a gift.
If it's in his mind to do it, it's going to get done. Even trying to talk him out of it.
That
You
was
know,
weird.
Jeff, that'd be pointless to try to talk him out of it anyway, because Jeff's got a lot of courage and a lot of guts. Which, yeah, I think Jeff's got more of than most people do. He's special, man. Jeff Hardy, not only is he special as a human being, as a performer sometimes, I don't think I realize how good he is. With the Jeff being already a numerous time Intercontinental Champion, I know Jeff has all the tools to become either the WWE Champion or the World Champion. And I absolutely believe in my heart 100% that he will. But I think as far as tag teams, they're one of the best in WWE history. In my mind, one of the best in the history of pro wrestling in general. They really revolutionized tag team wrestling. I mean, there's so many guys I've seen on even to this day that dress like them. They try to do the same moves. I think they take that as a real compliment. Even some people who try to be like them.
Oh.
The next goal for Jeff is to be a world champion. I think an ultimate dream for those guys is they want to be the world champion, they want to be the WWE champion and face each other. I could easily see that happening. For me personally, I like to see them doing the same stuff. Because it's the next evolution in their career. To keep doing things they haven't done, and that's right now. That's where that lies. It's in the same division.
Jeff Hardy's exploits will live forever in the minds and the conversations of wrestling fans around the world. Because he has done some of the most spectacular suicidal maneuvers that one could ever imagine and has lived to talk about.
If people wonder how I do what I do, my answer to that's always your guess is as good as mine. You know, if you have a liking or some kind of attraction to it, you know, why not go for it? That's my mentality. I would like to say the future holds a lot of good things. So, you know, just playing it by ear day by day. I think it's bright, man. I think it's bright.
Okay. Gonna go twice.
My story is a happy story.
Standing ovation for Mick Foley, the former WWE champion, the best-selling author, the now stand-up comic.
It's about to get crazy.
Sure, I visited a few emergency rooms in my day.
The person right here. I have no AR ammo.
And sure, maybe I'm a veteran of a few too many Norman Bates showers.
Foley tasting his own blood now, thriving on it.
But the rest of it is happy.
That guy just survived. Hello, Sarah Taylor. How are you?
Chasing my dreams.
that?
Retiring on top of the business.
Thanks. Two on Nick. Funny Boyle. Alright, he's not. Okay.
I was born in Bloomington, Indiana, so I'm a native Hoosier.
Oh no, I'm at a match.
I moved to New York when I was just several months old, and I live now about 10 minutes
Is he
from the
in
house
here?
where I grew up.
I have no match.
When I look back on it, it was really almost idyllic. You know, we had 5 or 6 neighbors on the same street. We actually had our own street wiffle ball team, Parsons Yankees.
Nick and I go back actually to about 12 years
Oh my
old.
God.
Nick,
I'm gonna try to hit this.
He and I were both pitchers. Nick
I'm gonna
was
try to hit this
one
supply drop.
Great pitcher.
Oh dang,
He
bro.
was feared in the league.
Dang,
Friends
nigga.
through junior high school and into high school.
My father
Hey,
was the
bro.
athletic director at our high school, so I grew up attending every event imaginable. Because sports was a big influence on me.
Hello, how are you doing today?
I wasn't
Sarah
playing
Taylor,
high
I'm doing pretty
school.
good.
My
How
dad
about you?
insisted, that I
How's your
play
day going
sports as a
today?
sophomore. Oddly, I
My
only
day's been pretty
excelled
good so far.
at sports that were
Oh.
maybe even team sports,
Pretty
but
good
there
all
had
day.
to be an individual function to it. I was a good goalie in lacrosse.
Played a lot of lacrosse together. Even back then, we did a lot of strange things to capture everybody's attention, including but not limited to eating worms right off the.
They're starting to
right
push
off the
us.
field. Dangling
People
in
behind us.
front of the opposing attackman and making sure that they saw him eating worms right off the playing field, which really repulsed a lot of people. Got a lot of people's attention.
Both of these guys are weighted straight
I
ahead.
found that the sport I enjoyed the most was amateur wrestling. I was attempting to run winter track as a way to get in shape for lacrosse. A friend of mine was the captain of the wrestling
Yeah,
team.
wrong. He's having no
And he
nice.
said, winter track.
Why did I
he
drop
said,
the
yeah,
grappling?
so you're probably the slowest guy in the school. And this is even before knee surgeries. And
This is what happened last game.
And he said, wrestling will get you in better
Like
shape.
literally, this is what happened last game.
Going out for that team was probably the smartest, most courageous move I've ever made. And the courage comes into play when you realize that the team already had a heavyweight. And he was the toughest kid in the school. And his name was Kevin James. The
Thanks.
King of Queens was the heavyweight wrestler.
I'm trying to help you. I'm
Kevin
trying.
and I ended up that we were friends and
Go,
we
go,
were
go, go, go.
competitors. And he ended up having a back injury. I kind of filled in.
Jeez, bro.
And I had it not been for that experience as a
Fudge.
wrestler, just that 1 year. I was,
Fudge, bro.
I was beating people
Like,
in
hop
Rankin
up.
County, and I wasn't doing it with, I don't know how I did it.
What
with
the
strength.
fudge,
It
bro?
wasn't great, and I certainly wasn't overpowering. And I was able to
I'm
beat
dead
some pretty impressive people. I was a pretty gifted student who later on went on to be a great underachiever in middle school and high school, but my writing was really good.
Well, during school years, high school years, he wrote a lot of songs. He wrote a song that we performed actually as an air guitar band in a high school talent show. He would tell me, I remember him saying that he woke up in the middle of the night thinking of things and he would write it down. He was definitely creative, more creative than most.
For as long
Hey,
as
I'm gonna be right back. I'm dead, but I'm gonna be right back.
he was always so shy. We'd always hear the stories of these funny pranks he would do, and we would always be like we
Be right
just
back,
wouldn't
chat.
expect it, because he was so
I'm
funny,
trying to
but with his